Hey everyone, welcome to the finale of How to Animate a Fight animation in the Blender tutorial series. If you made it this far, I want to say thank you so much for watching up until now. The finished project file is available for download on my Gumroad, so feel free to check it out. And if anyone's interested in taking a step further, want to learn how to choreograph your scenes to make your action and animation stand out, I'm building out another tutorial series that I want to make it personal towards what you guys need. Sign up on the waiting list below to get access to polls, what this series should focus on, learn updates, get special offers, and a first look. Alright. Now, back to the rest of the video. Hey everyone, welcome back, and we're into our final episode of this mini series on how to create a fight animation in Blender. So far we, started with learning how to have our character, do some basic poses, a little combo. We add in an additional character. We cleaned up a bit our character so it just looks a little bit more organic. And we're going to clean our receiving character and finish it up. So to start, we have this block. So this block is a little bit, is very, very static, right? It's coming in and it's coming with the block already, right? So it's not a good move because then it looks like it kind of already is premeditated, right? So we're gonna kind of keep the from moving first. So what I did is I kept this the center of gravity here and waited a bit before it moved. So we have here, I maybe even do another frame, and that kind of sets that apart. So we kind of have some movement here, but not necessarily into the block. So from the block here, we want to have that happen pretty last second, like the character just dodged it. We're going to have the character look towards it. We're going to tighten up this pose just a bit. Right? Okay, tighten it up just so it looks like it just had enough time to block this. Right? And then we're going to react. So the big thing about making sure that this character looks hit, because right now it kind of reacts to it and it doesn't do anything. But if I had the character from here have this hit and then at this turn did this, right? Boom, it's gonna look different. That was probably a little bit silly, but it's gonna look a little different if the character if I want to do it correctly. Let's see. Yeah, if the character did a big hit like this, it's like, oh, like that was a little bit more of a dramatic hit there. So we're gonna do something like that where we're trying to sell the hits to each character. All right. So I deleted those frames so it looks back to where we were. So if this is the hit, we're gonna have a little bit of a reaction here, because that reaction is going to sell your attack. So I'm gonna save our I'm gonna save all of our frames here on frame 4, so I'm gonna keep doing that. And on frame 6, I'm gonna have another mini kind of pose here, a very small pose. And it's just what all it's really doing is just kind of selling the reaction. I'm gonna delete everything on frame 5. So I'm going to save everything on frame 4, because that's going to be our, I'm going to save everything on frame 5, my apologies. That's going to be the hit frame. And we're going to do something where the character is being hit, so the hit is going to push the character inward, right? It's going to push the character to move inside, right? So very quickly like this. So you can see a quick movement here where it kind of moves it. But now because of that, the character is out of place for this next move, right? So we're gonna remove this frame here on 8, just because now we're kind of reacting to we're gonna move this frame here on 8. And what we're going to do, now that we're selecting it, now since we know the arm here is gonna be what's open, we wanna kind of have the arm ready there prior to that hit. So this is kind of how I do reactions. So because we moved there a little bit, we're kind of letting the natural motion kind of opening up to the next pose. But because we have an idea of what that pose is going to be, we don't want it to look choreographed. So from right before here, we're going to have this pose saved, right? Let's save the arm, save this, save all of this here into our pose. But here, we're going to tighten up a bit here and tighten up this arm, right? Because we were just pushed. So push and then open. So even though a little bit of that character is moving forward, we don't want that at all. And I want to remove this, maybe change this movement here, right? That might be a little bit too dramatic. So maybe remove this this pose here of 9, just it feels like it opens it up a bit here. If that even makes, that should ideally kind of make that character feel a little more natural doing so. So it, again, the punch moves them in a little bit, natural reaction, and then because the elbows come in to open it up, it opens up that arm here, right? Boom. Right, but it's not only just the arms that are reacting to it. So this is kind of one of those things, is how are the characters reacting and how can we make it seem less choreographed. So we have that punch here, it's react. We have this opening up here, and since it's a little dramatic, but that's okay because we're, despite seeing this fast. So we kind of open up here from that part, and we kind of want to have the arm react a bit, right? So we have this open, but since the arm is already here when that happens, which is good, frame 10, even though this is a saved keyframe, we're going to open it some more. So you shouldn't be afraid to even redo some of the poses here now that the character is. So let's go back. Didn't notice that this one didn't have any saved keyframes. So from here, we'll save a keyframe. And for the arm, we'll save that keyframe. So when it opens up here, right, it's a little bit right. So that opens, it comes in, but it comes back in, which I'll probably just remove. So it looks a lot more natural. See? So once that opens up, then it kind of hits into that boom. Now your guard is open. We gotta hit that combo, which again, I wouldn't be able to really see while I'm making it. This is kind of one of those things you kind of see while you're cleaning, right? So you kind of have this boom here, right? Because now that arm is open, we have to react, elbow open, arm is there for that combo. So hit and boom. Okay. So what's really going to make it a little bit better is really selling it with that a little bit of a torso movement there. So we're having a push. I'm going to do something slight like this. And then it opens up. Probably also want to have it kind of angled in like this. and then kind of reacting from here. So here, here, here. So let's kind of look at the feet. Let's just make sure we're all good on all fronts. Right, push, push, push. Now we can, even though the camera is probably going to stay into a lock here, we can have the feet react. If we want, this foot, I don't even think is on the ground, right? This whole time. That's funny. So we're going to have this move back on the ground, and then because that's the same until frame 20, we're going to copy, paste on frame 20, and just delete these keyframes here, and that should be the same. So from here, we're going to push. We could do some micro animations to really like sell it. I'm personally probably going to leave the feet alone for the opposing character and just kind of have the body do most of the work. But what I'm not going to leave alone is the fingers. So from here, the character kind of is in a battle pose, getting ready to go ahead and punch. But once it opens up, these fingers should open up as well. It shouldn't just stay closed the entire time. So what we'll do is on this frame, on frame 9, we'll save these keyframes, open up on frame 11, and kind of open these back up again. All right, we'll adjust that for sure. And then we'll adjust these and open these back up. So now we have this pose, and then it opens up our hands here. So what happens is that because of the rest of the animation, the fingers close back into a punch. Right? You'll see the fingers kind of close back into a punch here because that's what we keyed. We're just going to delete all those. So it's open for the rest of the animation because by no means does the character have a chance to really get it back together for this, right? So we're going to keep it open for now. And then we're going to probably do one more pass where we animate them a little bit, just so we can go ahead and really give some cleaning there. But I want to make sure I kind of get my body movements done first. But the same idea is going to happen with the other arm. And I probably want to do it here. I think that's a good pose to kind of open up the hands. So maybe on frame 14, we'll keep it, but frame 17, we'll kind of open up these hands here. And then delete this frame. All right, so we'll keep them here. So we'll keep them here on frame 15 and then open them up on frame 17. All right, same idea. Okay, and that way the character's hands are kind of opening up, and now it feels a little more like, oh man, now your guard is broken and everything is happening, right? Okay, so we did that move here, and same idea, we kind of want to bring this arm up a bit. I would say that as soon as the arm comes down and we did this move here, we kind of want to bring this arm up. So since of 19 is going to be where the character gets that arm chop, then on 18, we want to bring it up some, right? The more dramatic, the better. It can even look like he's coming in for a little bit of a smack here. But we want to bring this arm up as much as we can. Just so it can really have that dramatic pin down. So keep this here. Perfect. And then while that's happening, we're also going to have the character move right in that direction. Kind of give some face animation there. Right. It's a little quick. But what I like here is that everything's kind of like right here into that. Perfect. So from here, to make this not feel so quick, I'm probably gonna bring this arm up and kind of have a delay movement here. So what I mean is that as soon as this arm comes to bring this arm down, I want to keep this arm where it was. So it's having some time to react to the down motion, right? Because it's not at the source, it's kind of on the outside. So if it's on the outside, it has time. It doesn't have to come down this quickly, right? So we're going to remove this arm, move this keyframe, and we're going to give it time for that arm to react. Right? So it's kind of one of those things where you have the, have the luxury of bringing it in for a move like that. So that arm kind of, I don't know if it slows it down, but it kind of gives you more of a visual of what's going on here. So now the arm kind of goes, we're going to delay some pieces of it with the hand here. Perfect. See here. I like that. That's kind of opened up in, so it's a little more readable. That thing looks, I think that looks much better. The arm coming in and then kind of shifting it, so it kind of has that one arm comes down, the other arm comes up with the momentum of being pushed, right? So that looks good. Let's check out the feet here. So this happens where the foot is moving way before, is moving a bit way before the arm does, so it kind of moves in here, and I probably would keep it still here for a bit and then move in. And then from here, kind of have them foot moving just a bit faster, just to kind of get that footing of keeping your balance. So it takes a quick delay, a small delay, and then quickly gets in there. And the reason why is because we're going to delay the foot, the body action there. Because right now the body's already moving into this pose, and we kind of want to have it get prepared for that kick. So how we're going to do that is going to click this. And then from here, I like this pose, and I kind of want to stay there and not be here. So I wonder if we delay this pose a bit. No, right? Because we need the space here. So I wonder, we're here. This could be a snap. That might work, right? But for this to work, we would have to readjust the pose for the other character. And then really fix this. There we go, center of gravity. Right, so we have a little bit of a moment where it kind of settles a bit, which is what I wanted. So it kind of feels like it's not prepping or choreographing into that pose there. I think it looks good. So from here, I think this is good. Even if I look at it from the other side, we have this like crane looking part here, and the other face like, oh man, this is gonna hurt. So we have this crane type looking thing, and that's just got to roll out the shoulders. Whoop. And kind of get that to look a little more just look a little bit better. Right, and then it's gonna snap here. Okay. There's a lot of cleaning left to be done, but it does kind of solidify our first fight animation here. So the first thing, couple things I want to do just to really do that final bit of polish is fixing this arm. It kind of like snaps into place here. I'd kind of want it to already be here, so it kind of brings it in, and it doesn't have that much animation because it's been a little distracting, I would say, for me. There we go, boom, and that looks a lot better. And then for the fingers for the other character, and fingers for the other character, we're going to do just a little bit more cleaning. Now we're going to really change the angle of some of these so it really looks a lot better. Let's say this looks good for this arm here. And then for the rest of it, also here, I would say, right, to kind of give you that full type of motion, right? But it's also just kind of staying open and wide the entire time. So we're going to use these little modifiers to kind of like, you know, do like that motion that will kind of give it a little bit more animation. So once this kind of opens up, I would want to bring it up some. You know, you may not even notice it when you're, oops, that wasn't good. When it's going quickly, but you know, for me, it kind of opens up here. I think that looks good. And I want it to kind of close down here into a different look. Definitely not that type of look. but into a different look here. I think that'll look good. You know, to wide, down. And then from here, it can kind of be like this. So I wonder if it probably can't tell too much. I would imagine this part here, this crane move, as I call it, probably looks a lot better with just a little bit of curve easing, like this. And then I wouldn't be surprised. And this is how we kind of just go in, do some final cleaning, but then keep the pose here. Good. So then same idea as getting this this leg fixed for this character. Just hide the other one, just so we can have a solid looking cake here at the end. So we're coming in, we're getting ready to do this pose, but I want to bring this in a little bit more, so it kind of shows a little bit of separation. So if I remove this, if I change it and make this, I think it looks better. All right, click from this side. Much better. And if we believe that should be it, now if we go into our animation editor here, we kind of keep it, down now. We have a whole bunch of keys here. Let's fix that. Great. Let's do from here. This is kind of like the standard pose that I've been. Oh, forgot to save my keyframes. And if we just move towards the action just a bit, kind of gives us a little bit of And this is just some generic action there. Just move with the camera towards my actors. So with the environment, I can unhide the gym. We have our fight animation. And while our characters are animated in Blender and everything looks good, you know, a great way to go ahead and showcase this animation is with the camera. I did a little bit of camera here, but in this next video, we're going to clean up some of this camera animation here and give you some different ways to show your action through camera. So click here so you guys don't miss out.